morning, coming to you from the European Utility Week studio. This morning I'm speaking to Imad Al-Suwidi, who is the chairman and CEO of Al-Suwidi Meters, a board member of the Prime Alliance, and a very active member of the promotion working group. Imad, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Claire. It's my pleasure.
So I have to ask a question. Why Prime Alliance? Why did Al-Suwidi Meters join the Prime Alliance?
Well, truly, when we decided to join the Prime Alliance, we looked around and we found that the Prime Alliance is the most comprehensive alliance available. The reason is that it has utilities where you really know where the demand is. It has technology providers like the microcontroller chip manufacturers, metering companies, system integrators, software providers, DCU providers. So I mean, it's a truly comprehensive alliance. And the role, I believe, of the Prime Alliance is getting all these people to work together and produce something that really works on grounds, because you have the utilities members with you, so the moment you have something out, you know it's going to be deployed.
So when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that one of the prime directives for the Prime Alliance is to focus on the needs of the utilities. How is Prime addressing the needs of utilities globally?
Prime, when it started, it was mainly focused on deployments in Europe. And this is when Prime came up with the Prime 1.3 technology. And this has been working very well in Europe. And when Prime started expanding the technology and deployments out of Europe, there were some challenges concerning the noise levels in the networks and the power interruptions. And this really drove the Prime to develop the latest technology of Prime 1.4. And basically the main improvement in Prime.4 is the robustness and the stability of the communication, as well as the speedy recovery after power interruptions. So really, we saw this technology in action and brought very, very positive results.
Being an Egyptian-based company or headquartered company, you have had the opportunity of seeing this, the Prime 1.4 in action in a very real way. Could you speak to us a little bit about the rollout of Prime 1.4 in Egypt?
Yeah, sure. We were actually the first company worldwide to deploy Prime 1.4, and we did that in Egypt. We are currently undergoing a deployment of 65,000 metering points in the city of Cairo, in 3 major cities in Egypt: city of Cairo, Minya, and Asyut. And actually, the good thing is that it's a combination of underground cable network as well as overhead lines. So this is really a very good model to show how this technology can operate in African networks and Middle Eastern networks. We have also a deployment for Prime ongoing in Lebanon for the Prime 1.3, and we will be upgrading to Prime 1.4. And the point is, the good thing is, when we started the deployment, we tested the Prime 1.3 on Senelic band, Prime 1.4 on Senelic band, and Prime 1.4 on FCC band. The difference is the frequency level. On the FCC, you can go up to 500 kilohertz frequency.
Okay.
And this really helped us a lot to overcome the noisy network.
The noisy environment,
yeah.
which is quite important.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned when we were speaking that Prime is not just relevant to PLC. How is Prime relevant across the entire communication spectrum?
The point is that at the Prime Alliance, we like to be realistic. And we like to address the world from all angles. We cannot just say that the world is all about PLC.
Yeah.
Reality is that there are other technologies. And instead of the customer being shattered between those technologies and having one standard for this, another standard for PLC, one for RF, one for IoT, we decided that at Prime we must address the world. So we put a new strategy that we will standardize the non-PLC technologies. And we are starting with the RF with an aim to have that ready by next year. And this will not stop only at the RF communication. No, our aim is to really have an open standard for other non-PLC technologies. And not only that, but also for broadband PLC. And the aim is to bring all together in one alliance addressing the market needs.
Well, I look forward to hearing your announcement next year then.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to.
Unfortunately, Ahmad, this is pretty much all the time we have available, but thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you, Claire. I really enjoyed our talk.
From European Utility Week, thanks so much for watching.